Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain a mystery thriller series called Triptych from 2023. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The final episode opens with Becca gaining consciousness and seeing that Humberto is standing in front of her dimly lit cell. Becca gets angry to see him, but he tells her that she should remember there are others like her. She then asks about Tamara, but Humberto is gone by then. Becca sees that the wall behind her is full of their pictures and drawings from when they were children to adults. She also notices that Tamara is lying in the other cell unconscious. She starts banging on the wall that's dividing the two cells to wake her up. Meanwhile, Julia is watching over them through a CCTV camera. The scene changes to Pilar, and she's telling the investigator that the last time she talked with Becca, she was on her way to meet Julia to show her the documents she found in the basement. The experiment was related to Eugenio's father, too. Eugenio remembers Becca telling him about a crazy Nazi experiment. She also told him that Beatrice is the one who told her everything. So he has told Quezada to find information about this Beatrice. Then we see someone telling Eugenio that they have picked up a signal from Tamara's phone. Meanwhile, we see Humberto destroying Tamara's SIM card, and Eugenio's team loses the signal. We also see Julia approaching Humberto. She asks him about Becca's phone, and he says she left it at the police station, so they currently have no device available to them. But Eugenio's team located the tower where they got the last signal. Quezada also arrives at the place, and Eugenio asks him about Beatrice. He tells him about Beatrice's murder. The scene cuts to Ortega telling Humberto how they found an envelope full of money with the ATI logo on it. Humberto tells him that there's no doubt Eugenio paid her to keep her mouth shut about Aleda. We then see Mila killing Beatrice swiftly in her own house. Back to Ortega, he's questioning this evidence because it was too easy to find. As if all of this was planted. He thinks it might be a misdirection, and that Beatrice was an innocent pawn in all of this. Humberto tells him not to think so much about it, and that he'll manage to get a warrant for Eugenio. Humberto is told that someone is waiting for him in his room, and it's urgent. He goes there and sees that Eugenio is waiting for him. Eugenio tells him that they lost the signal from Tamara's phone, but Becca's phone is here, and they know it. Humberto confirms that she left it there, but tells him that it's illegal to trace a phone signal without a warrant. Eugenio argues that Tamara and Becca's lives are in danger. The scene cuts to Tamara and Becca as they are bickering about each other's bad decisions, especially how Becca got played by Humberto. They then see a light shining on top of a cabinet in the wall. Becca goes to open it, and it's full of bottles and bottles of alcohol. Back to Eugenio. He's telling Humberto that Pilar told him Becca was going to meet Julia. Eugenio thinks Julia is up to no good. She might be trying to coerce the girls, just like she did to his wife, and even made everyone think she had gone crazy. Humberto asks him what he thinks Julia is doing to them. Eugenio tells him that he suspects she's holding them hostage, and they have to find them quickly. After that, he can arrest Eugenio if he wants to. The scene cuts to Julia and Mila watching over Becca and Tamara through the CCTV camera. Becca asks Julia who they are and why they are here. Julia seems eager to answer the question and starts playing footage of the three sisters on the screen. The project is called the Triad. She wanted to experiment with Skinner's theory about how the sisters influence each other and how they deal with separation anxiety. Becca and Tamara continue watching the footage in horror as all three of their lives have been documented throughout their whole lives. Julia further explains that she wanted to see how her creation, the sisters, would turn on her, but now she'll make them lose all hope and give up everything for her. Tamara doesn't understand what she's talking about, and Becca explains to her that Julia used to work with Myers on this experiment. Julia gets angry hearing this and corrects Becca, saying she only worked to serve science. But Myers was a coward, and when he realized the true nature of his experiments would come out in public, he abandoned the research, which Julia continued in Mexico. Here, Eugenio's father, Bernardo, appointed Julia as the head of the psychiatric department at Humani's Vida Hospital. Becca asks Julia who their birth mother is, but learns that they were conceived in a petri dish and later impregnated into a surrogate mother. But the most shocking information they learn is that the egg used was none other than Julia's own. Julia gets a call from S1, and we now learn that it's none other than Humberto. He tells her they have to change plans because Eugenio is with him and he's suspicious. Humberto lies to Eugenio, saying he was talking to backup support. Humberto then gets a call from Marifer when they are about to leave. Her water broke and contractions are coming fast. Humberto assures her that he'll come to the hospital as soon as he can. They then leave. Instead of going to the place Eugenio is directing him to, Humberto starts circling. Eugenio keeps pushing him to turn around. but Humberto completely ignores him. Humberto's phone starts ringing, and Marifer is calling him from the hospital bed. Eugenio picks up the call, even though Humberto tries to stop him and even points his gun at him. Eugenio pushes the gun away, and it shoots the car window, shattering it. Marifer's screams can be heard through the phone. Humberto loses control, and the car ultimately crashes. Back to Julia, she's telling the sisters how they were brought up under different socio-economic situations, poor, middle class, and rich, to see the effects of nature and nurture. Plus, all three of them dated psychologists at some point in their lives. They have also been monitored by caring observers throughout their whole lives. For Becca, the observer was Humberto, and he has been the most effective observer of the three. He closely monitored her breakdown and even encouraged her alcoholism. Becca remembers how he was there from the start. Becca's stress affected the other two as well. The night Becca lit Humberto's truck on fire was also the night Tamara lit the meth lab, and Alida hallucinated about fire. It's like they planned it together. Becca asks whether Aleda's son was also part of the experiment, but he was not. But the deaths of their fathers within days of each other were part of the experiment. Aleda's father, Federico, found out about the experiment, so they had to make a decision about him. But to match the variables with the other sisters, they had to kill Becca's father, and Tamara's mother too. Hearing this, Becca screams and tries to throw her bag at Julia, but it doesn't reach her. Becca asks her if she led Alida to full psychosis. Julia doesn't admit it, but says everything became a mess because of Eugenio. He got her out that day, and that's how the two of them met. She promised Alida on the rooftop that she would come clean to the media and set the sisters free. This calmed Alida down, but that's when she was shot. Becca asks her why she killed Alida in the hospital. Julia tells her that she didn't kill Alida. When Eugenio identified Aleda's body, she was in a medically induced coma. Later, before cremation, Aleda's body was swapped with the unwanted dead body of a criminal, indicating that Aleda is still alive. Julia then orders Mila to show Becca and Tamara Aleda's current state. She turns on Aleda's room's CCTV camera, but the room is empty. We then see Aleda in a hazy state walking toward an electrical panel. She causes a blackout throughout the whole house. Becca and Tamara's cells also open, and they both run out of there. Becca tells Tamara to grab the alcohol bottles with them. They smash some of the bottles and take the others to make Molotov cocktails. Meanwhile, Julia is panicking and searching the whole area for Aleda. She notices that Mila is searching for Aleda too, but with a gun. She tells her to put the gun away. Julia then goes to her guards and tells them to look for Aleda in the basement. Julia and Mila start looking for the sisters separately. Becca and Tamara are also searching for Aleda separately. Becca comes across Julia and hides under a couch. Julia finally leaves, and Becca starts heading forward. Meanwhile, Tamara is outside, and she sneaks up behind Mila, holding a broken glass to her neck, and tells her to drop the gun. Mila manages to turn around and throws Tamara to the ground. She starts kicking Tamara, but Tamara gets up, and a struggle breaks out between them. Becca throws a Molotov cocktail from the balcony at them, giving Tamara a chance to shoot Mila, rendering her unconscious. Julia's other guards start chasing them, but Tamara manages to pick up Mila's dart gun and shoots the man before he can catch Becca. They then go to the basement. In the basement, they find Aleda lying in Julia's arms. She looks very weak. Tamara points her dart gun at Julia, and Julia points her real gun at Aleda. The scene cuts to the guard at the main gate getting a call to open it. He does, and a car storms out. Inside the car, we see Aleda lying in Tamara's lap and Becca driving. Another car is seen chasing after them. Becca tries to shake it off, but the car pulls up in front of them, forcing them to stop. Before they can do anything, Eugenio and Quezada step out of the car. Seeing Eugenio, Becca, Tamara, and finally Aleda get out, Eugenio can't believe his eyes. Aleda slowly walks toward him. They kiss passionately, tears in their eyes. Eugenio apologizes for not believing her before. The scene changes to the forensic team swarming the house in the morning. The police also arrive and arrest Julia's men. Meanwhile, Aleda is lying in a hospital bed, with Tamara, Becca, and Eugenio standing around her. The detective is also there, and asks Aleda how she knew her sisters were in the house. Aleda honestly doesn't know, she just knew. Becca asks the detective about Humberto, and learns that he died in the car crash. Pilar enters the room, hugs Aleda tightly, and Dolores also comes in and hugs Becca. Tamara seems left out, but Pilar tells her to join them. Dolores and Becca leave the room to give them space. The detective asks Becca how they can find Julia. The scene changes to Julia, locked in the dark basement, crying for help. The final episode ends with Becca telling the detective, "Wherever that psychopath is, I'm pretty sure no one will ever find her." To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.